On the 26th of September 2023, a shunter at Great Western Railway's depot in Bristol was seriously injured after being struck by a train exiting the main shed's building in broad daylight. Join us as we examine the incident in full, looking at CCTV images just before the accident, and to shed light on how such a routine everyday task went so catastrophically wrong. St Marsh's Depot in Bristol is a train maintenance depot responsible for servicing and cleaning Class 158, 165 and 166 units. Operated by Great Western Railway, it comprises of 3 shed buildings and 3 set of sidings. Train movements are controlled by shunters and initiated by the mini panel operator or MPO on the site. The speed limit on these sidings and roads leading to the sheds is 5 miles an hour, and inside the shed, drivers are told to proceed with extreme caution and recommended to travel well below 5 miles per hour. The only road that allows the limit of 10 miles an hour is the Bristol Goods avoiding line as shown. The afternoon on the 26th of September started like no other. Unit 158771, a 2-car Class 158 diesel multiple unit, the exact one shown in the picture, was required by the MPO to move out of the main shed along line D as shown, towards signal Papa Mike 6 at the West End spur line, then reverse into the new sidings. At 12:55 PM, the MPO called the mess room, and a driver with over 49 years experience made his way over and onto the cab of train 158771. At the same time, the CCTV in the cab picked up the shunter walking towards the train to carry out his final checks around the train. The driver, who remained in the cab for the entire time, seen a group of contractors who were working on the nearby C line walking onto the level crossing as shown, talking, then going separate ways. Once the shunter had completed his checks, the last CCTV image shows the shunter contacting the MPO to say they were ready to move and to provide a clear aspect at signal Papa Mike 7. The shunter gave a verbal signal to the driver that he was authorised to move. This is the final CCTV image of the shunter before impact. 2 seconds before movement, the driver moved the throttle handle from the off position to notch 6, out of a maximum of 7. At the same time, the shunter moved out as shown to the left hand side, just past the roller shutter doors. As the train moved, the shunter moved diagonally to the right hand side. It was at this point whereby he came out of view of the driver's sight. The shunter, expecting the train to be far slower than anticipated, walked in between 2 IBC containers as shown, in order to get to the level crossing to ensure that nobody was going to cross. Within the next second, with the train remarkably going twice the speed limit at 10 miles an hour, it hit the shunter, dragging him by his high vis for a short distance before ripping and leaving him lying next to the train. It was a miracle that he did not go under the wheels. All moves on site were immediately cancelled and the RAIB arrived the following morning. On investigation, the shunter outlined that despite there being a stop, look and listen sign situated near the level crossing, that due to the many contractors working nearby, he wanted to make sure that nobody was crossing who may be unfamiliar with the site. Having stated that he'd done this many times before, he walked ahead and did not look back, as he would normally arrive at the crossing well before the train. When questioned whether or not this was a recognised walking route for a shunter to take, the image shown is GWR's official walking routes, which is shown on their induction to the site. You can see that the area walked by the shunter is, according to this, an official walking route. When questioned, the company admitted this was a mistake and only the concrete path of the crossing is the walking route. The driver stated that he also thought this was not an official route and did not expect the shunter to be there. When the RAIB looked at the train's on-train monitoring recorder, They were alarmed that the train got to a max speed of 11 miles per hour. When questioned, the driver was not sure when the speed limit changed from extreme caution inside the shed to 5 miles an hour or even 10 miles an hour due to being very close to the Bristol goods avoiding line. GWR admitted that speed limits on site were not very clear and promised to improve with greater signage and clearer instructions. When asking the driver why he started the 158 unit off in 6 notch, he described these as very sluggish and needed a high traction to be able to move. With regards to seeing the shunter in front, the cab of the 158 unit can make it very difficult to see moving shunters close by as shown. It requires clear communication between the driver and shunter to know exactly where he is going to walk in case he becomes out of sight. Obviously this communication didn't occur. To make matters worse, the position of large IBCs near the track provided additional obstacles for the shunter to navigate. It was determined by the RAIB that Great Western Railway had not effectively managed the risk of shunters being hit by a train outside of the sheds. It was also proven that a number of safety processes such as speed were not defined and led to much confusion in the depot. The RAIB made a number of recommendations such as complete overhauls of the depot risk assessments and giving more authority to shunter drivers in controlling movements. The shunter was very lucky in only requiring surgery to his ankle. However, he was very close to losing his life. Thanks for watching my real life horror video and please subscribe for more.